Hello everybody, I'm here to talk about my mast for the Golden Globe race. I believe it's reckless to go into the Southern Ocean without a well prepared mast. You need 4 lowers anyway. I have 2 running backstays, 2 forestays, 2 cap shrouds and 2 intermediate shrouds. I'm also putting a sleeve, or have put a sleeve, into my mast. The sleeve goes from the bottom cross trees down to the deck, inside the mast. I'll show you now what I did. I took all the hardware off the bottom section of the mast and I made templates and measured things. The inside of the mast was in really good condition. I was delighted about that. So lucky enough I have a CNC machine for woodwork and I was able to cut the sleeve with it. The mast was in great condition. That's the crane off the top. I took all the fittings off, as I said. This is the sleeve after it was made but not welded together. It was just sliding it into the mast to make sure it would fit alright. I used the CNC machine to cut out the centre piece that goes across, that's it there, and I cut little dovetails sticking up, and the 2 side pieces are off an old mast and it just fitted perfectly. The CNC machine would cut it way better than anyone could cut it with their hand, so it's great to have that tool. I got friends over, father and son, Michal and Greg. They welded it for me and it was all machined and it worked really well. A good mast is so important for the Golden Globe race. All the boats that sank last time sank because their mast broke and went through the hull. Garrod and Joe Ryle brought the mast out for me and then brought it back into Dingle again and put it on the boat for me. I sailed to Riverfest in Limerick and one of the organisers of Riverfest, Kieran Ryan, took these photos for me. I got rid of the T-balls for the 4 lowers and I replaced them with tangs and bolts. I think that's important. I stopped in Kilrush then and I took the mast down again to do more jobs to it and put it back up. I still have more things to do to it, but I'm really happy with the mast. It's a good strong mast, capable of, I believe, going into the water and being able to come back up again without breaking. The mast is the most vulnerable part of the boat during the race. If you lose your mast, good chance you lose your boat, so it's worth putting the effort into the mast. Really, it's time and money well spent on the mast. It's actually, I consider it reckless to go into the Southern Ocean without a good mast. So I have the sleeve made to go in and that and all that, so I'll give you a walk around of it. So these cables are tinned wire and this is as an armature outside it which will strengthen it up along the mast. It's fixed onto the sleeve here, and the top of the sleeve then is cut in a V and is flexible, so this is soft. So on top it comes up here to these T-balls, well, where the T-balls they'll be replaced with tangs, so it won't kink the mast. So yeah, so that's all good. Some halyards will come out the holes in the side. These clip in and the slots cut in the side of the sleeves to line up, and they all lined up perfectly, so that's all good. I've had the sleeve in and these have to go back on. All these fittings go back on and the cleats go back on, so they'll all be put back on. These are the 2 furlers that were on the boat. They'll be still used, and yeah, so the crane will go back on top of the mast, and that navigation light and that radar reflector will be removed and the new ones fitted on. So Sinead, my mast. So I'm really happy that it will be in really good condition for the race. It's most important that the mast is in really good condition, and I am
I put a fair effort in. There'll be all new running rigging made for the mast, and I've got good help and all that. So yeah, and there's new chain plates coming. They'll be ready in just a little over a week. It all costs a good bit more than I expected, but I don't mind. It's money well spent. It's really well spent, actually. You know, it's necessary to have all these things done. So this is the gooseneck for the boom here, and this is the one for the vang if I decide, but I don't think I'll go on the vang. It's so close. The boom is so low on this boat, which is good for sailing and all that, but it's so low that the leverage for the vang is so close. I think I'll stick with the tabernacle. And that, you know, this is where the mainsail feeds in. This is the track for the mainsail up along. I don't know, can you see inside the mast then? It's quite strong, and the sleeve will really strengthen it, but actually the two tracks for the spinnaker booms, they will strengthen it also, you know. They will give a good strength. So I'm quite happy that this mast will be able to do a 360. If I get a full knockdown and do a 360, I'm quite confident that the Kemp mast, which is now was bought by Selden, is capable of the 360, so only time will tell. But yeah, the last race, the 5 boats that finished, 4 of them had really good masts. Some were oversized and some had sleeves, and they made it. And it is something that you could be lucky and sail around and not get knocked down, but I don't like to leave it to luck, and that's all. Yeah, it's for me it was a lot of money to spend on it, but it's really money well spent.
Only time will tell how well the mast has been prepared, and yeehaw, looking forward to the Golden Globe race so much. So take care everybody, good talking to you, bye.